This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome everyone to, is this day 3? I think it's day 3. I hope you guys are doing well. I am wanting to talk about habits today and how to develop really good habits. So we started talking about this a little bit. We're going to delve a little deeper, but I want you to think about the habits that we talked about. I asked all of you what habits you want to get rid of, which ones you want to adopt. Let's talk about the ones we want to adopt. And at the end of this call, I want you to be focusing on the habit or habits you want to adopt. Let's just pick one for tonight and to think about that throughout this presentation. And when we get to the end, I want to know, we're going to talk about what habit stacking is, but I want to know how you're going to habit stack for your good habit that you want to adopt that you haven't yet. So it's not a habit that you already have. It's a habit that you want to have, right? So it can be with food, exercise, meditation, anything, okay? Well, health related preferably, okay? Like going to concerts, I think that's a good habit, but that's just me. That's not what we're talking about tonight. Okay, so we're going to share the presentation. I think I know what went wrong yesterday, so I'm hoping it doesn't have a problem today, but I am going to ask you all to mute yourself. And then if we're having problems, come back on and tell me. Okay. Very good. Hello, Dr. Stacy Francis here, and we're going to talk about habits, habit stacking, data, and embracing discomfort. So what habits do you want to create? You told me a few of them, and they are to exercise more or move more, to schedule eating, to not skip meals, to meditate, consistent healthy eating patterns, meal prepping, avoiding plastic and aluminum can use, and give up sugar. Your frontal brain is for planning. No other animal plans in advance. Planning happens best when you have the energy for it. That would be in the morning. Typically, it's the best time for most people. Rarely is it at night after a long day of cooking, cleaning, working, managing. So morning is best. Do your most important things in the morning before you can talk yourself out of them and when you have the most energy. The more tasks you can put on autopilot, the more likely they'll get done. Just like bad habits that often happen in the same place or at the same time, you can create good habits by doing things in the same place and same time. So oftentimes I hear that people like to eat their snacks at night in the same place while watching TV. Maybe move to a different area in that room and just change it up a bit, just so that you're not in the same place doing the same thing, because sitting in that chair, just like a bad habit, you're stacking the sitting in that chair with eating crunchy, salty snacks at the same time. So separate them or move them around so that you don't have that stacked on top of each other. On the flip side, you want to have those good habits. So maybe what you'll do is you will crochet in a different chair and while you're watching TV, and that's the new thing you'll do to keep your hands busy while you're watching TV, or you'll chew some gum, things like that. James Clear is the expert on habit stacking. He wrote the book on it. And I'd highly recommend it. It's called Atomic Habits. And what he says is to build a new habit, first identify a current habit, and then stack the new habit on top of it. Set yourself up for success by putting as much prep work in as possible ahead of time. So before you go to bed, decide, like let's say working out. Before you go to bed, decide what workout you're going to do. Choose what workout clothes you're going to be in, or if you're just going to stay in your pajamas, that's fine too. you're going to put those workout clothes so close to your bed that it just makes sense to put them on, right? And do this ahead of time the night before when you know you want to work out in the morning. And then when you work out, before you look at your phone, before your brain gets hijacked to do anything else, you do the one thing that you committed that you really want to do to make changes. Where can you put your workout clothes so that it makes sense to put them on first thing in the morning? If you put your gym clothes on, how likely are you to actually work out? If you already know what workout you will do, how likely are you to start that workout? And if you have all the equipment accessible, you have your water container, you have your dumbbells ready, how likely are you to actually use them? So here's a bonus. A lot of you have told me that you don't do any workouts particularly, and during the cleanse, I don't advise that because you're doing so many other things. But after the cleanse, if you're ready to lift weights, then these are some simple things you can do that you can actually look online to get really great proper form, to see exactly what you need to do. And these are simple things you don't even have to lie on the floor to do them. So a biceps curl would be curling your bicep like this. Get the camera. Like that, right? With a weight, a biceps curl. A shoulder press would be holding it here and pushing straight up. A reverse fly would be holding in your core, your stomach really tight, leaning forward a little bit and taking your arms and spreading them out so that it's working the back of your body. A side raise would be just holding the weights down by your side and lifting them straight up like a T. And a tricep extension would be taking those weights, putting them above, and just bending your hands back and then forward, keeping this part of the arm still. Squats are when you squat down, but make sure you have really good form and your knees stay behind your toes. So you're really sticking your butt out when you do a squat. A lateral lunge, same thing. You want to stick your butt out as far as you can as you're stepping to the side. A reverse lunge is just stepping back, but make sure that front knee always stays behind those toes. And then a calf raise, you know what a calf raise is, you just go up on your toes. And a wall sit is when you sit up against the wall where your knees are at 90 degrees and your hips are at 90 degrees. These are simple things you can do to start building muscle if you haven't been working out. Consistency is key. Results are not always obtained in the time frame we would like, because we would like it to happen yesterday or 3 times and we're done, right? But this is why it takes consistency to build habits that produce results. Bamboo can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds extensive root systems underground before exploding 90 feet into the air in 6 weeks. Habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold and unlock a new level of performance. That's what James Clear says. And he says, think of all the work that you put into being consistent as stored energy. And once you've reached that critical threshold, then you're going to see the results. So there's 3 levels of change. Changing your outcome is a change in results, such as I want to lose weight. I want more energy. I want to quit sugar. This is the outcome that you're looking to get. But how do you get there? You want to change the process. Changing your process is changing habits. So implementing a new routine, starting a practice of meditation or exercise, changing where you sit at night from where you ate chips to far away from the kitchen. This is about what you do, your actions you're taking. But changing your identity relates to the changing of your beliefs. And this is so powerful. Your beliefs about your ability, your beliefs about what's possible, your self-image and your worldview. Identity is about what you believe, your thoughts that drive your feelings. And remember, we talked about this yesterday, your feelings come from thoughts that you have. So you get to choose what thoughts. To change our habits, we often start with what we want to achieve, the outcome. But a better way is to ask ourselves, who do we want to be in order to have this change and have it be sustainable? It's a very different to say, I'm the type of person that wants this versus I am the type of person who is this. A smoker who says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit, still identifies as a smoker. But saying, no thanks, I'm not a smoker is a total shift in identity. Or in relation to food, oh, it looks so good. I bet it tastes amazing. I really shouldn't eat that. I'd love to have it. To, thanks, but I've had enough. The more pride you have in a particular aspect of your identity, the more motivated you will be to maintain the habits needed to sustain it. So I really want you to think about what you're doing right, what you're doing good, that you're so proud of, that you've done consistently over time. Who you are in that space is the kind of energy you need to bring into your new habits that you want to create. The more you repeat a behavior, the more you reinforce that identity associated with that behavior. I'm funny because I often make people laugh. I'm religious or spiritual because I go to church every Sunday. I'm a reader because I read a lot of books. See how that action drives who you are? You get to decide the action. You get to decide the thought that creates that action. And that will give you a feeling that hopefully is a good feeling that will perpetuate to do it again. One-off experiences usually fade in time, while the effective habits get reinforced with time. Habits shape your identity. Each time you participate in a habit, you are considering, maybe this is who I am. Going to the gym once won't convince yourself that you're an athlete, but going to the gym every day for years, and you now find yourself shopping at athletic stores for the best shoes, equipment, or outfit. The way to change who you are is to change what you do. Decide the type of person you want to be and prove it to yourself with small wins. We talked about the trigger, the craving, the response, and the reward. Trigger, feeling good or feeling bad. Craving, wanting to feel better, that dopamine makes you want what you don't have. The response, remember we talked about eating ice cream. And the reward, dopamine is activated by the sugar. Your reward center is the good feelings from that dopamine release. You now associate feeling good or feeling bad with having ice cream. There are multiple ways we can look at this. Creating a good habit, with the trigger, we can make it obvious. With the craving, we can make it attractive. With the response, we can make it easy. With the reward, we make it satisfying. But breaking a bad habit, same thing. For the trigger, make it invisible. For the craving, make it unattractive. For the response, make it difficult. And for the reward, make it unsatisfying. Wanting to eat more vegetables and protein? Have it available. Create delicious recipes that you love. Have those delicious meals in the freezer ready to defrost and eat. Make a big deal out of enjoying every bite. Wanting to avoid sugar, flour, and processed foods? Don't keep it in the house or keep it in the pantry, in the basement, or a place you rarely see. If you are buying for your family, buy the ones you really don't like. So if they are all about ice cream, buy the flavors that you are tempted to eat. Decide that if you're going to have any of the things that you don't want to have, that you will make it from scratch, that you will put some effort into it and make it a big deal and make it not so easy. Think about all the reasons you're better off without sugar and flour and all the goals you're achieving by eating healthy and making better choices for yourself. Make a scorecard and reward yourself with something healthy after completing 100 checks. Remember, 100 times, let's do it. Plan ahead. If X happens, I'll do Y. For instance, if I'm eating out, I'm going to eat this, this, and this, or I'm going to typically choose a protein and 2 veggies. That's what I'm going to start with. If there's anything else I'm going to add, I'm going to add it to the back of the meal so that I have already, I'm not overly hungry, and I'll be able to moderate how much I eat of it. This presentation was information that I got mostly from James Clear from Atomic Habits, his book Atomic Habits, and John Aycock from his book Soundtracks. So those are great books that I recommend you reading. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Welcome back. So let's talk about habit stacking. So what I'm looking for from you tonight, the question of the night is what habit you are wanting to do, and then how you're going to habit stack, how you're going to, what you're going to attach it to that you already have a habit of. So I get out of bed every morning. It's just what I do. If I get out of bed every morning anyways, I'm going to put on some clothes. I might as well put on my workout clothes because there it is. And since my workout clothes are already on me and I'm going to go downstairs, that's where I have my weights. So as soon as I come downstairs, I see my weights, I'm going to lift them up. And that's how I work out. So I want to know your habit that you want to create and what you're going to attach it to create your new habit. Amy Smalley, you want to start?
Sure. Excuse me. For me, it's exercising. I want and need to do that. It's a little hard in the morning because we have a kind of a small zoo here. So what I think I would do, I have a good identity around taking good care of our animals. So I would stack that probably after work before their evening meal and make it a habit, just like feeding them. It has to be done every day, and it needs to be done every day. And it's a good thing to do it every day.
Excellent. And I do agree, like moving your body every day gets you in the habit of moving your body, whether it's a strong workout and a really tough workout to a lighter workout. If you get in the habit of this is just the time period in which I move my body, it's a great habit. And then you can take it from there. Very good. Diva, how about you? You have to unmute.
Okay, there's so many habits, bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess I would start with the habit of overeating.
What habit do you want to do? So you don't want to overeat. You want to eat in control, right?
That's right. That's right. Yes. So how I would do that is to continue to think about 2 veggies, 1 protein at every meal, and start balancing it out. I mean, I've always eaten healthy food. I just eat too much food. So I would start if I would continue on this practice of just having my hand out and saying, all right, 1 protein here, 2 veggies here and here, that would be a good habit for me to continue.
That's an excellent habit for you to continue. Good.
Thank you.
We all support you on that.
Thank you.
Yes. Debbie.
Hi.
Hi.
So mine is I want to continue to meal prep the way I have been. I just don't know what to stack it with.
Well, is it a habit you already have, or is it a habit that you're developing?
I've had it and it falls out sometimes.
Okay, so
life gets busy. So
it's okay, great. So when life is easy, it's easy to meal prep, correct?
Right. Because now, like tonight, I had stuff prepped, so I just had to reheat it rather than cook from scratch. And it's like, wow, this was nice. It only took 5 minutes.
Right. So what if you had, when you're able to do your meal prep for, and you do big meals and you're prepping, why don't you make a second extra that you can put in small containers in the freezer, but you don't touch those until you absolutely have to when you don't have time to meal prep because life got in the way.
Yeah, that works.
Could you do that? Because you're doing it because you're already meal prepping. So that's the old habit that you're already doing. You're just
Yeah.
going to meal prep extra for those times when you cannot meal prep.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Got it.
Very good. Darlene.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Well, tonight I added 10 sets or excuse me, 4 sets of 10 push-ups, but I cheated because I put my legs on the ottoman so I can do more. But it's better to do
Okay.
lower weight and then so I can do more later. So I enjoyed that. And I really wanted a piece of chocolate tonight. So I cheated and had a bite of my oat bran with blueberries and walnuts to take away my craving. So
There you go.
because I have that prep for the morning. So
Good job.
and I did walk 4 miles. So I work out every day. Otherwise I feel off.
So your stacking is you want to do the push-ups. So you stacked it on already doing exercise.
I was not doing, well, I have a wedding to be in and it's mine. And in 5 weeks, I'm working on having great arms, even though, you know, I'm my worst critic. So
We always are.
yeah.
Excellent. And congratulations on your upcoming nuptials.
Thank you. We're excited.
Congrats.
Thank you, everybody.
Judy, you have to unmute yourself. Judy has to unmute.
I know, I was trying, but it wasn't working. Congratulations, Darlene.
Oh,
That's
thank you so
exciting.
much. I'm excited.
Okay, so for me, okay, I don't know about the stack. I don't know what that really means, but I want to exercise more. So that was my goal the other day. So I like the idea. I have 5-pound weights in my bedroom. So I like the idea of like having my workout clothes right there, putting them on, and first thing before I do anything, do all those exercises that you just said. I know all of those exercises. There's no reason. So I just want to start there. And then I feel that once you start doing it, it's like that, what is that called?
Momentum.
Once you get that momentum, then it makes you want to do more. Like I was working out before a lot, and I would go and buy all the, like, just like you said, I'd go to the store and buy workout clothes all the time. I have so much workout clothes now. So I'm going to start wearing them and working out.
Yes. So that's the
And
stacking.
Ronnie heals from his surgery, like pretty much healed. We're going to go because we have that silver sneakers now. So we're going to start going to LA Fitness and do
Perfect.
weights.
Excellent. So the stacking is that you're getting out of bed anyways. So that's a habit you already got. So
I
you're getting
see.
out of bed. If the first
I'm
thing you
stacking
see,
something on top of that.
yeah, first thing you see is your clothes, that's the next stack. Next thing you see is your weights, you're going to pick them up. That's the next stack.
Okay.
That's how it
got it.
stacks.
Good. That's what I'm going to do.
How about you? Jill McDonald. Oh.
I was looking at the blank screen, so I was thinking somebody was ahead of me. So well, John and I have been talking. We kind of want to work out before our day starts, and we like working out together. But the only time we can really do that is really early, like 6 a.m. or so. And I'm not really a morning person, so I have to create a new habit to get up early. But we really aren't going to do anything super difficult. Like this would be, we have to walk the dog. She's not getting walked as much as she should. So we were thinking, just get up at 6 a.m, rain or shine, walk 30 minutes. The dog gets walked. We get up early. We get at least bare minimum 30-minute walk in. We live in a pretty hilly neighborhood, so it's a pretty good walk if you walk around here. So we just have to do it.
Well, I have a question for you, because that's an excellent one.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. What is your nighttime routine? What happens from, what time's dinner and what happens after dinner?
So it's hard because John has these international phone calls. We would want to walk like right after dinner or something, like at 7. And so we just don't do it at night. So that's why we were thinking flipping it, doing it early.
No, I agree. So what I'm looking for is what happens from dinner to bedtime that you can create it so that you're actually sleeping by 10 p.m.
Oh, okay. Well, I do go to bed pretty early, so that part, it's just, I just like my bed. I like sitting in it, reading in it. I'm in it
Way to
now.
go, Jill.
What time do you go to sleep?
Like 9:30 or like I'll come up at 9:30 or 10 and then go to bed by like 10:30.
Okay.
So
That's not bad. That's like 7.5 hours.
yeah, I get plenty of sleep. It's really more, I'm just lazy in the morning. So I mean, but now like I don't drink coffee anymore. So it's not like that's my hindrance. So it's just the do it part.
So yeah, so something has to be a little more compelling to get you out of bed.
Yeah.
Other than John's foot. Get out.
I know. And usually we like to do things together because then somebody will hold somebody accountable. It'd be like,
Right.
oh, I don't want to. It's like, no, let's just do it because we said we would. And then we'll swing our legs over the bed. And
So maybe the compelling thing could be watching the sunrise. Like you're out right before the sunrise and you get to see it.
Yeah. And that would be pretty, So
you let us know how it goes.
Well, I'll let you know if I do it tomorrow.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. So does anyone have any other questions? Okay, I do have another question. So that's all about habit stacking and creating habits. And truly, to create a habit, you have to get out of your own way. You're going to give yourself lots of excuses to not do it. And really, you got to take your brain and put it over there and just be in action. That's what habits are action. And you can talk yourself out of it. So don't do that. You can, create excuses. Don't do that. Just like Nike says, you just need to put it in action and then give yourself little rewards. Like with Jill, if the reward was a sunrise and she actually liked that, that would be its own like little reward for getting out of bed that early, right? So I have a question. So the next presentation is about sleep, is about better sleep. So raise your hand if that would be a presentation you would want to hear, or should I just put that as a bonus? Like if you don't have trouble with sleep and you're not really interested in that, then I'll just add that to the playlist and you can watch that at your convenience. So if you have trouble sleeping, raise your hand.
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay. So would you rather have this kind of presentation tomorrow on sleep, or would you rather have it just accessible to watch at your convenience?
I do better if I have some structure, like plans.
Then we're going to present
for me. So
okay. Well, I'm glad, and other people that aren't here might benefit from that too. So we're going to have our presentation tomorrow will be all about good, healthy sleep habits and getting 8 hours. So if you're not getting 8 hours, I expect to see you here to get your 8 hours.
Okay.
Sound good? And I decided that Saturday we're going to not have a Zoom meeting. We're going to resume on Sunday with our hypnotist, Marie T. She's going to do an amazing hypnotherapy exercise with us. So please be on for that.
Is Saturday your birthday?
No, I think Monday's my birthday. What's the 23rd?
Monday. Okay, yeah, I don't know what date. What's the date today?
and Monday's
19.
the 23rd, I think.
Okay, then.
Oh, Monday's her birthday.
Yes.
29
Oh.
again.
Exactly. Right.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy early.
You'll all be with me, so you'll get to say happy birthday.
Right,
on my
we'll have a
birthday.
party.
Okay.
We'll have a party without the cake.
Without the cake, for sure. That's right.
You'll
Awesome.
Make your chocolate pudding for us.
I know.
About yesterday.
Did you see the recipe?
Yeah, I gave it to my girlfriend. She's super excited to make it.
So
she
good.
went out and bought some monk fruit. So
yes,
I've even been guiding.
Where's the recipe?
I'll text it. I'll put it on Facebook.
You're not on Facebook, but I'll share it with
I'm
you.
not on Facebook.
I'll share it with
Okay.
Stacy, and she can share it with everybody else.
Yeah, but put it on Facebook because that's a good place for it.
Okay, sounds good.
Great.
But
It is.
it looked easy, so.
Yes. I served it to Jill and we were like, what? It was a good one.
It'll be a good way to reward myself after this.
Right. Right. Very good. Well, this was a short night. Unless you have any other questions, we will sign off for tonight and I will see you all tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Have
Good
a
night,
great
everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.